Bosun, pipe him aboard.
Aye, aye, sir.
Fire, dress ship.
Very good, sir. Dress ship!
A brief history of man's maritime mastery. Chapter 2. On the Nile and in the Mediterranean. Our journey into the earliest histories of seafaring takes us back to the ancient land of Egypt, a civilization that thrived along the mighty Nile River. In this great and sophisticated society, the Nile was not just a river, but a vital highway for waterborne commerce. The ships of Egypt were the trucks of their time, navigating the river's currents to transport not only goods, but people. The early Egyptians were pioneering mariners, venturing into the Nile on boats crafted from bundles of papyrus reeds lashed together. Not only were there small, lightweight boats designed to transport people and goods, pharaohs commissioned grand barges capable of hauling the massive granite blocks for their mighty monumental pyramids. Egypt's maritime achievements extended well beyond the Nile. The Egyptians also undertook coastal voyages, as evidenced by their carvings and records. The renowned Queen Hatshepsut, depicted in the sculpted ships at her temple in Deir al-Bahari, near Thebes, embarked on legendary expeditions to the land of Punt, likely around Somaliland in the Horn of Africa. The inscriptions on her temple describe the treasures brought back from Punt: aromatic woods, myrrh, frankincense, ebony, ivory, and even exotic animals like apes and panthers. These ships, about 70 feet long with an 18-foot beam, were designed to navigate the treacherous inshore channels of the Red Sea. Their high bows and shallow drafts allowed them to handle cargo and beach easily, a design feature still seen today on fishing canoes along the Brahmaputra in Pakistan. Egyptian ships were equipped with a single large sail, initially set on a bipod mast. Later, the sail was mounted on a single pole, supported by a long, slim yard and a boom. Wood was scarce in Egypt, so their ships were built without keels or ribs. Herodotus noted that the longest planks were only about 3 feet long, likening the shipbuilders to bricklayers in their approach. To strengthen their vessels, the Egyptians used a truss system, a heavy rope stretched over a series of forked poles, supporting the raised bow and extending to the stern. This simple yet effective method of reinforcement showcased the Egyptians' ingenuity in overcoming the challenges of shipbuilding in a resource-scarce environment. As we unravel the layers of ancient maritime history, the legacy of Egypt's early seafaring achievements reveals a remarkable story of innovation and exploration that laid the foundation for future voyages. As we now turn to the Mediterranean, among the first true seafarers were the Minoans of Crete. Egyptian tomb paintings from this era depict enigmatic soldiers dressed in kilts and sandals. These figures, possibly Minoans, were known for their extensive trade networks, reaching as far west as Sicily. Thucydides, the ancient historian, recounts legends of King Minos, who purportedly conquered and colonized the Aegean Isles. Despite these tales, our knowledge of Minoan ships remains limited. However, the Minoans were just the beginning. The Phoenicians, hailing from the coastal cities of Tyre and Sidon, armed with timber for sturdy shipbuilding, they embarked on voyages that spanned from Greece and Italy to North Africa, Spain, and even the distant shores of Britain. Their maritime empire extended to founding colonies such as Carthage and Cadiz. One of the most famous Phoenician explorers was Hanno, who ventured beyond the Pillars of Hercules, known today as the Strait of Gibraltar, and sailed down the coast of Africa. Hanno and his crew possibly reached as far as Guinea, where they encountered a great river teeming with crocodiles, hippopotamuses, and gorillas, creatures they likened to hairy women. They captured 3 of these animals and brought their skins back to Carthage. Around 600 BC, Phoenician sailors undertook an even more remarkable journey. According to Herodotus, they circumnavigated Africa, a voyage that took 3 years. Upon reaching landfall in the autumn, they would sow fields with corn and wait until harvest before continuing their journey. While some scholars debate the feasibility of this account, it is plausible that favorable monsoon winds and trade winds made such a voyage possible. The Phoenicians were notoriously secretive about their maritime knowledge, but insights can be gleaned from the Bible. In the 27th chapter of Ezekiel, we learn about their ships described as being constructed from cedars of Lebanon and oaks of Bashan, and adorned with fine Egyptian linen sails. These details offer a glimpse into the sophistication and reach of Phoenician shipbuilding. The legacy of these early seafarers, the Minoans and Phoenicians, shaped the course of Mediterranean navigation and trade. If we now look to the annals of ancient Greece, sailing legends stand out with their grandeur and heroism. From Jason and his Argonauts on their quest for the Golden Fleece, to Agamemnon leading the assault on Troy, and Odysseus' arduous journey home after the wars, these tales are woven into the fabric of Greek mythology. While these stories are shrouded in legend, they are rooted in historical truths. Homer, the ancient poet, provides a glimpse into the craftsmanship behind these early voyages. 20 trees in all he felled, and then trimmed them with the axe of bronze, and deftly smoothed them, and over them made straight the line. Meanwhile Calypso, the fair goddess, brought him augers. So he bored each piece and jointed them together, and then made all fast with trenails and dowels. And there at he wrought, and set up the deckings, fitting them to the close-set uprights, and finished them off with long gunwales. And therein he set a mast, and a yard-arm fitted thereto. And moreover he made a rudder to guide the craft, and he made fast therein braces and halyards and sheets, and at last he pushed the raft with levers down to the fair salt sea. All of these fine details give us a glimpse at how the Greeks potentially built their crafts. Over time, Greek maritime technology advanced, leading to the creation of splendid fighting galleys. These impressive vessels, equipped with 1, 2, or even 3 banks of oars, must have been a breathtaking sight. They rode through the Greek islands with blades flashing in the golden sunlight, sails billowing in the gentle breeze, and powerful rams cutting through the waves. The Greeks not only mastered naval warfare, but also established thriving trade networks. They founded colonies in Massalia, or modern-day Marseille, as well as in Sicily, Italy, North Africa, and along the Black Sea. Their ships transported the essential goods of the day: grain from Egypt and Crimea, wine from Asia Minor, purple-dyed fabrics from Tyre, glassware from Sidon, and pottery from all the Greek city-states. As commerce flourished, 2 of the 7 wonders of the world rose above the bustling harbors: the lighthouse of Alexandria, commissioned by the pharaohs, and the Colossus of Rhodes. The Rhodians, known for their brisk and fair dealing, codified the first known maritime laws and worked to suppress piracy. Yet, despite their advancements, neither the Rhodians nor the Mediterranean peoples could withstand the rise of the formidable new power, Rome. The Romans, originally land-bound farmers and soldiers, were thrust into the art of naval warfare by their life-and-death struggle with Carthage. This conflict compelled them to master the construction and use of war galleys. By the time of Christ, the Mediterranean had become Mare Nostrum, or Our Sea, dominated by Roman power. Throughout the summer, the waters were dotted with Roman sails. However, galleys designed for war were not suited for the vast commerce that sustained the empire. They lacked cargo space, and their large crews consumed too much. Instead, robust, round ships, relying solely on sails, carried grain from Egypt to feed Rome's masses. These vessels, some reaching nearly 200 feet in length, are well documented in Roman records. Some carved proudly in stone, much like the records left by the Greeks and the Egyptians before them.